Join Tiff and The Punisher at 7:45 p.m. Eastern for a raw, unfiltered discussion about CPS, families, court battles, false claims, custody nightmares, and the fight to protect parental rights. If you have been silenced, dismissed, threatened, or forced to carry your story alone, this is your chance to speak. Chime in live. Share what happened. You may even be invited on to tell your story in your own words. CPS Breaking News is where victims, parents, and advocates come together to expose the truth, support each other, and push for a fairer system. Don't just watch from the sidelines. Be part of the conversation. Tonight at 7:45 p.m. Eastern with Tiff and The Punisher.
They are taking our kids every day. A child a minute, no one has a thing to say for those who have been isolated. Don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up, everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallets. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come, we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeves. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You will no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stopped losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She's tired of our kids being taken. God damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up by Tiff Tack. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with hot speed. We will do so much being together. The birds of a feather flock together. So watch out, CPS, here we come. Picking you off one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher Warrior. Oh, can we cry out to all of you out there? We need support for a cause that many don't care. Our children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, We plan on doing the stopping.
Weak. That was a weak one, Tiff. It's a weak one. It's just Monday.
That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, well, I guess first we should start with, I guess, a moment of silence for Jessica Lee. I guess she lost the fight against CPS this weekend. That was another advocate out there that did great things for people, and she lost her appeal, and she just couldn't take it anymore. So I guess we'll give a moment of silence out there for her real quick. So yeah, let's do that real quick. All right, now time to get back to business because we can't have that happening anymore. It sucks when that happens.
Well, I want to say a couple of things.
Yep.
First of all, to Dr. Death, it was a very bad weekend. I'm sorry. I'll get in touch with you as soon as my week clears. The second thing I want to say is, when I saw that post, that really upset me, because when you take your own life, especially in this battle, and I cannot express this enough, when you do that, you let them win. They already won, but you let them win because now they can say, see, we told you, you made the right decision. And I feel bad because at some point her children are going to be 18, and she's not going to be around, and I feel really bad for those children right now. I just wish people would stop doing that, because suicide, you don't understand the domino effect that it has on everybody. Some people say, oh, well, she was just being selfish because she took the easy way out. Well, I don't look at it like that. I look at it as a woman that got beat down by the system. They took everything from her, including her life. And that's sad, and it breaks my heart. So keep her family in your prayers, because this should not be happening to anybody, moms or dads. So that's all I have to say, because if not, I'm going to start getting all emotional, and I don't want to do all that.
Well, that's fine if you did. Yeah, there are some people out there that are saying that it was a hoax. But I guess according to Gunner and Henry both, it's some pretty good information that it was not an actual. It was not. And according to Gunner and to Henry, they both said that they have confirmation that she did pass away. So until we hear different, we'll go with that. So, but if you hear anything otherwise, then please let us know, because if it is a hoax, that's a pretty sick one to pull out. But we'll go with it as that it is the truth, and we'll go from there. Because I'm not going to disrespect her if it wasn't, and play that game, because that's just running her name through a muck. That, if this is true, like so many have said, then we don't want to run her name through a muck like this, and then that's that. So that's the way I feel about it. But moving on. So Jerry Reed, you know who Jerry Reed is, right?
I've heard of his name. Yeah, the guy that's always on there talking.
Yeah, you should hear.
Yeah.
check out his post from today. It's pretty it's a pretty good one. I get so excited because there was a point in time where he was talking about us with the app and everything. And I didn't realize at the time when he was how big he was, because I just thought he was just a dude that screamed and all of that stuff. Oh yeah, I heard that too. About that. But I didn't realize how big he was, so I didn't realize how big of a deal it was that time when he'd spoken about us. But today I get his messages now, and I'm always like, oh God, I get a message from Jerry Reed, and then I realize it's just one of his group messages. I get all excited. But this one today was pretty I'm gonna play it for you guys. It was pretty good. Let me see. There he is. Come on, Jerry, play. Oh, I probably have to push the button. That's probably the problem. Got me all framboozled. There we go. Share. Now you'll be able to see Mr. Jerry come up. Me. There's me. I am not Jerry Reed. Let's get Jerry Reed up here. There we are. And yes, I know the volume, right? There we go. And yes, I'll start him over. All right, here we go.
You heard the last release about what the UFC means at Washington, D.C.? You need to watch the video on my timeline. The UFC is a signal to the Admiralty legal commercial system. In other words, it is the required public announcement of the will of the people. You need to watch the video. It's very important. This July 4th, the people announce their reclamation. Get ready for the largest squall you have ever seen in your life. The storm begins. I heard the last.
What do you think he's talking about, Tiff? What do you know about this?
I don't know anything about this. When's it supposed to happen? July 4th in D.C.?
Watch this, guys.
Yeah, July 4th.
And I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Whether people agreed or disagreed, the remarks became another defining moment in the ongoing global conversation about identity, rights, and public policy. Watch this, guys.
And I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
So I don't know if it has to do with
Tell Monday what you need.
or if it had to do with those or whatever.
How?
But
You guys take a screenshot.
but then there's this.
This is just a transcript. What we're gonna start doing is evolving these and just live streaming the operations actually conducting. But after you study this, try to imagine, who do you think that we just bagged and tagged here? You guys take a screenshot.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on, Tiff. A lot of weird stuff.
Okay. I'm in my own little world over here, so tell me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's what I was wondering about you. That's why I was usually Jerry's pretty clear about what's going on, and that definitely was not very clear. The UFC, talking about the UFC and all of that. So I don't know if you knew anything about the UFC codes or anything like that. You don't though, huh? Because you didn't say USC. You said UFC, right? Let me look it up here. UFC code.
And that's why my ass stays where I'm at. I don't go to DC.
Yeah, see, I don't know. UFC, DOD, and then you have that one come out from what's his face? Yeah, I just didn't know if you had any more about this UFC code. I know you always know this stuff, but you don't, huh?
I don't know
Something
anything
about,
about it, but I will be watching it on the news next couple days.
yeah, something's going to be coming out of it. Well, anyway, I was hoping you did know something about it, but I'm thinking, and I think that our guest may be back here. Do we have our guest back here? No, not yet. She's not in here yet. We have a guest today that's coming out, so that will be cool. And yes, we do, Deidre. We get very excited about you speaking about us. Hey, little man. I learned now that the headphones are on Tiff, so it makes no good if I yell to say, hey, what's going on, little man? Because the only one that gets it is Tiff hears it, and she goes deaf from it. So let's see. What else did I hear this weekend that went on in the CPS world? There was that was the biggest thing, was that Jessica Lee, the Jessica Lee thing went on this weekend. Then this is up right now. This is the newest thing. Father says CPS sent him 10 letters before children found dead in Mechanicville. And I don't know if this is what was our guest wanted to talk about tonight or not. The woman, I think this might be the woman that had children began homeschooling. Let me pull this up for you guys to see this article. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find an article on this right here. Turn my ad blocker off. Yes, guys, I'll turn my ad blocker off. All right. Now, I think this is Pennsylvania. All right. Father says CPS sent him 10 letters before children found dead. I just took them off, bastards.
You said Mechanicsville?
I think that's what,
I think that's in New York.
It's New York? All right, there we go. Let's see. Saratoga County?
I think so, because James Kelly posted it, and I didn't look at it. I just saw Mechanicsville.
This is the father of the 4 children who were found dead in their grandmother's apartment last week, said he received 10 letters from Saratoga County Child Protective Services informing him that an agency was investigating the living conditions at their homes. Brady Harmon, the father of Harper Harmon, 13, Hudson Harmon, 11, and 10-year-old twins Gavin and Gracelyn Harmon, said he received the letters over the course of 3 years. While he does not know who contacted CPS, he suspects the Mechanicville City School District may have alerted the county agency because the letters stopped after the children left the district in 2024 to be homeschooled. I'm still piecing things together after the last letter, Harmon wrote in a text message to the Times-Union. He said he could not share the letters until the investigation was complete. I don't want to hinder the investigation, he wrote. The Saratoga County spokeswoman has declined to say whether child protective workers were involved with the family. This is just a sad thing here. It says in 2024, last year, that Harmon said he received a letter from Saratoga County CPS caseworker warned that staffing levels had placed the agency at a dangerous tipping point. We're hurting over our staffing, the CPS employee said that May. We have 35 total caseworkers positions and currently only 17 are filled. Office of the Children and Family Services says the caseload should be about 15, but 2/3 of our staff right now has significantly more than that. The children, their mother, Sarah Myers, 44, and their grandmother, Amy Stedman, 64, were found dead last Tuesday inside Stedman's apartment at John S. Moore Homes off Harrison Avenue. Police said it appeared Myers and her children died in a mass poisoning and that Stedman, who was also dead, appeared to be involved in the deaths. One of the children suffered a stab wound from a sharp object, police said. Police have not said whether they have determined when the deaths occurred. Mechanicville Police Chief William Rabbit told reporters the bodies were too badly decomposed for visual identification when they were found. Stedman's cat was taken in by the housing authority, neighbor Stephanie Sweeney said. Oh, Lord. On Monday, a quick response team wearing a mask and toting large fans was at work in the apartment, which looked empty. Yeah, that's not a good job. Sweeney, who knew the family for 4 years, said Myers had homeschooled the children for the past 2 years. Neither police nor school officials have said why Myers began homeschooling. On Monday, Sweeney was outside Stedman's apartment tending to the grandmother's tomato plants. She was also rearranging a memorial outside of the unit, a display of candles, Madonna statues, and toys for the children. When asked if She would like to talk about her friend Stedman. She said no, and that she couldn't do it anymore. I'm done, she said. Harmon, who lives in Utah, said he is now trying to obtain the children's school records in previous years. He said Myers did not include him in the school's district educational records. I've been asking for school records in accordance to the parents' plan and got nothing. Here's the thing. This guy hasn't talked to those damn kids in how many years?
A long time, apparently.
And he's getting these freaking letters from them saying, hey, you should probably try to do something. You know, but then I'm going to point my finger at CPS in this one too, because here they're sending out warning shots to people and now they're all dead.
Well, we always say all the time, they will not remove children who are physically abused and neglected because they can't adopt them out. They're not worth any money.
Right. They're damaged goods, as they say. But this is 6 kids, or 6 people now dead because someone didn't pay attention. That's terrible. But this guy deserves the Idiot of the Year award for not answering these letters. He's gotten 10 letters in 3 years saying that your family needs help, and he does nothing. What the hell does it matter whether he gets the school records now or not? That's going to show him what? Unbelievable. It's just unbelievable.
He's probably looking for some sympathy, but my whole thing is the first letter, you should have been on the phone with them.
Yep.
This all could have been avoided.
Sure could. Harmon learned of his children's deaths a week before he was scheduled to see them. For the first time since November 2019, he hadn't seen them.
Yes.
Harmon had been preparing to pick up the children for a 2-month stay beginning July 1st.
That's like 7 years.
Yeah. So 7 years he hadn't seen his kids. I went from I'm seeing my kids to I'll never see my kids again, Harmon said last week. Wow. That's crazy. I gotta keep an eye on this story and see what happens here. I mean, but it says right here, father says CPS sent him 10 letters before children found dead in Mechanicville. You can't blame CPS for that one. You got to blame that father for not stepping in, because here they were saying that they don't have the means to even do anything for them, and he still does nothing, doesn't even call back about the letters. Now he's going to come out and be like, oh, Jesus, I should have looked at those letters. You think? Idiots.
That's called too little, too late.
Yeah. But I'll bet you his ass is going to be online to do a 1983 or something like that. He'll be jumping right in on that stuff.
Well, I hope not, because he's just as much as a player in this as everybody else.
Yep. I mean, I hope that they don't let him do that stuff. I really do. I hope that they don't.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Let's see what else we got in CPS news. Let's see. The Guardian. Pete Buttigieg. Is this guy the guy that's running for Senate or something like that? After Buttigieg calls deeply distressing, a day apart from children. Comes darkest hours after separation from children over hope, CPS report. Oh, yeah, that was that guy. Yeah, this U.S. Transportation Secretary. He got involved in some of this this action as well. Let's see here. Check it out. Put it on the big screen for you guys. There you go. Pete Buttigieg, the former U.S. Transportation Secretary, said on Friday an anonymous and police say meritless accusation led Child Protective Service to investigate his family. In a Substack post published on Friday, Buttigieg described the incident, which resulted in him being separated from his 4-year-old twins, as among the darkest hours of my life, and likened the accusation to swatting, the practice of calling police with false reports of an emergency to trigger law enforcement response. Now imagine the same concept, but with Child Protective Services instead of a SWAT team, Buttigieg wrote. Hadn't thought of that, me neither, until a few days ago. Are you freaking kidding me? How many parents have been crying out that this is what's been going on to their families for how long? And this guy that used to be the U.S. Transportation Secretary, now because it's happened to him, is going to come out and be like, oh, imagine this. This is something new. That's bullshit. Me neither.
Hold on. I told you. Hold on. Before you go any further, I told you they don't care about it until it affects them.
Yep. He says, me neither, until a few days ago when police officer and a CPS worker showed up at our home, politely asked to speak with me. For 24 deeply distressing hours, we had no idea what I was accused of or for what was about to happen. Buddy Geek wrote, we could not understand someone abusing the system like this in order to hurt me and my family with an absurd and easily refuted allegation of a horrific crime. In a statement, a spokesperson for the Michigan State Police acknowledged the incident, saying the department had received an anonymous report earlier this week and determined the report was false. Michigan State Police and Child Protective Services responded and determined the report was false, said Shannon Banner, the department spokesperson. False reports are dangerous and divert law enforcement officers and Child Protective Services workers from responding to legitimate emergencies and protecting vulnerable children and families. According to Buddy Geek, he first learned of the allegation this week when a police officer and CPS worker knocked on the door of his family's house in Michigan. The social worker and police officer investigating the accusation required the former transportation secretary and his husband, get this, and his husband, Chasten, to separate themselves from their children for 24 hours, he said. Buddy Geek sent their children to their grandparents' house. An anonymous caller had contacted CPS. Buddy Geek, a possible 2028 presidential contender, wrote, the caller said that he had spoken to a woman who claimed to have met me at a conference several years ago and met around Alabama, where she said I told her I committed unspeakable violent crimes, and the caller believed my children were still at risk. That was all. Buddy Geek had never been to the place the caller claimed. He wrote, described the accusation as a cruel, politically motivated hoax that harmed our family. It's not lost on me that this happened soon after we shared photos of our family on social media for Father's Day, or that this occurred during a month meant to make families like ours feel welcome and safe, he said. So-called swatting incidents have been on the rise, targeting elected officials and prominent figures in what experts warn has become a tool of intimidation as the political landscape has become increasingly polarized. But Buddy Geek argued, and false claims against his family injected a different level of harassment. Now our family is left to deal with the aftermath, he wrote, adding, I don't know how much we can do about it, but so help me God, if there's any way to press civil or criminal charges over this, we will, not just for our own sakes, but to draw a line that I thought everyone already recognized. Do not mess with someone's kids. Every goddamn American out there that have had their kids taken, Mr. Buddy Geek, Mr. Presidential Candidate for 2028, Mr. Gay Rights Advocate, are you freaking kidding me? I didn't know that this was something. How the hell do you not know that this is something that all of us parents and advocates are screaming this shit through the rooftops now? And she doesn't know about this. This is something new. Shows how out of touch they are.
Yeah, it does. And like I said, now that it's happened to him, maybe some shit will get done about it, because it doesn't affect them unless it comes to their door. And it clearly came to their door. And he's right. June is Gay Pride Month. The whole month.
Oh, that's what he was supposed to feel safe in his home. I see.
Yes. From June 1st to June 30th.
What about heterosexual family month? What about that? Why don't we have that? Why don't we have
a lot of things?
You know, it's crazy. Why don't we have that? Like, I don't understand it, because this is about a sex, not about and I wish Dr. Fowler was on with us right now, because she would chime right in with us. And you know what, I need to call her and find out where she is. But this is absolutely asinine. We're talking about bringing kids into a home, not of a sexual preference. That's closed bedroom stuff. That's not supposed to be for these children. They don't need to know that their dads are banging each other. That, you know, like that's not what, you know, like, I mean, I'm not going to be rude here, but I guarantee you, your kids don't know that you and Mitch maybe once in a while have a little boom boom time, you know? Same with my kids. We don't, you know, like, you're not like you advertise them like, oh, it's going to be sex night tonight. So what the hell are these gay rights groups able to come out and be like, oh, well, there's gay rights and this? That's a sex thing. That's supposed to be privacy. That's supposed to be in your bedroom talk, not out amongst the people in the families. You know, it's just, God. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Heterosexual Pride Month isn't required because it's a social norm. Yeah, I don't know if it is anymore. I
Well,
don't
at
know
the
if it
end
is
of the
anymore.
day, I don't care if he was gay, straight, transsexual, whatever all that whole alphabet is. I don't care. But what does affect what's going on is that now somebody supposedly that was going to run for president has now had his fucking socks knocked off.
Yeah. Yep.
So let's see what happens.
Yep. He's hurt over that 24 hours they were separated. Try a year, try 2 years, try 10 years.
Try
Yeah.
forever.
Right. Or never ever getting to see your kid again because of someone's fucking lies.
Yeah.
You know? But that's okay. That's okay, to us common folk. That's fine. Just part of the system. Whoops, the slip up. It didn't matter. But now it's
And,
this guy. It's going to be a big deal now.
well, I hope so in a way. Because how many parents do you know that have been cleared, right, of all charges and stuff not being found, and they still don't have their kids back?
Mm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, God, it irritates me. My ears must be purple right now. Yeah, this is just, I hope I hope maybe something good will come of this. Maybe it will. I don't know. I don't see it going anywhere but even worse now, because now it's going to become more of a, just like the whole thing with the Trump and the foster kids. Like, we just watched taillights go by again. It's just like that, because now this is going to turn into a gay issue. Now it's not going to turn into the fact that they're wrongfully taking children from the homes of responsible and good parents. It's going to be, he was attacked because he was a politician. He was attacked because they're gay. He was attacked because it was one of these, and they're going to miss the complete whole center of the argument, or the center of the issue, is that wrongful families are being accused and targeted by CPS. So this issue is just going to go blazing right by again, and it's just going to be like, wow, this is a perfect opportunity to land on this, and it's going to be turned into something else. And again, we'll sit here and we'll say, like, well, there goes them taillights. For a minute, you thought that there's going to be, this is the only movement in the world that this happens to so often. Like Black Lives Matters, all these other groups want justice. They get it. They get justice. They get it. It might be a year, it might be 2 years, but they get it. They go to court, they have their day, and that's it. What day in court does people that have had their kids taken by CPS get? None. None of us get that day that you're so excited and so momentumful and so everything that you're like, yes, today was the day. Today's the day that we're going to feel better about it, because you know what? You're never going to feel better about it, because every one of us have stake in the game. So you're not going to feel better until your kids come home. That's why this movement can't get together and be under one thing, because everybody's kids are more important than everybody else's, and that's rightfully so to be that way. But that's why you're never going to see a unified front, because my kids are more important than your kids at the end of the day, and I'll do whatever I have to do to get my kids home. You know what I mean? And if I have to leave your kids in the dirt, then I'll leave your kids in the dirt to get my kids. And that's the mentality. I don't share that mentality, but that's a lot of these people's mentality. I wouldn't be here doing what I do, and you wouldn't be doing what you do if that was our mentality. And it's not a wrong mentality to have. Like a lot of these people that get their kids back, they bounce. They could do so much good for this movement by coming out and saying, look, this is how I won. This is what we did, or this, that, or the other. And they don't. They just bounce and get out of it because they don't want to be targeted again, and you can't blame them for that. But on the same hand, you're like, Jesus Christ, those are the people that we need to come out and say of the tortures and everything, that they were good enough to get their kids back and to help this movement go somewhere. It's just it's a very, very sticky slope. It's a very, very, there's no other thing like this in this entire world, short of the people that actually have their children, which we all have our kids trafficked. It's just a different way of being trafficked. But short of people that have gotten their kids actually kidnapped out of a mall, and even then, I don't think this is any different, except for you get to go through a court case. So no, there is no other thing out there that is justifiably worse than this. Having your kids stolen by CPS, taken to live out there in a world that you don't know who they are, who they're with, what they're doing. Every day you're stressed out because you don't know if your kid's dead, alive, sick, well, whatever. You have no idea, and you will never know unless you stalk the hell out of them and, look for them and do that. You will never have any idea if you've been TPR'd what goes on with your child. And that is a worry. It's just, like I would love to see what the stats are for the amount of people that have heart attacks, strokes that CPS has brought on, like in this stuff, because it's just a 24/7 stress pot that you can't, what I forget which, philosopher said, you can't do anything. And my brother used to say it to me too. He'd be like, well, there's nothing you can do about what you can't change. You can't worry about what you can't. No, that's bullshit, because you always will worry about your kid, whether you're with them or not. You're always going to worry about that. And you know what? There's really not much you can do once CPS gets their hands on them. And that's the honest to God truth. I was talking with Jen Brabson over the weekend, and there's the, I'll have to look up what the name of it is, BPD, borderline personality disorder that they're slapping on people now. And that's just their way. I'm looking at it, I'm researching it, and I'm like, they're closing the gap. Now they've closed the gap completely because everybody has BPD. If you are an American family that doesn't have someone that does drugs in your house, if you don't have domestic violence, and you don't have BPD, well, you're a gem in the rough, because one of those three things your family's going to end up having. So CPS just closed it with that, because BPD can be an array of things that you come down with that CPS can now take your kids for and hold them for. So one way or the other, if they get their hands on your kids now, they got three things that are in their arsenal that they're going to guarantee, 100%. And they can guarantee that. They don't just pick and choose these things for, oh, maybe this will stick. No, they know they're going to stick. They know that there's going to be substance abuse. They know that there's going to be domestic violence, and they know that now there's BPD. So those are the three things that are going to make it that you can never get your kids back. They just closed the loop with that. Like there was that one little bit that you could sneak out maybe and beat around the bush. But now I'm telling you, you need to pay attention, and you need to make sure that more than anything that you make sure that they don't get their goddamn hands on your kids. Because if they get their hands on your kids, you're going to lose. And I believe that. You can't let them get your hands on your kids any longer. You do whatever that you got to move. You do whatever the hell you got to do to get away from these people. You got to do what you got to do at this point, because sitting around and trying to sit and fight with these people, like they're just spending too much money on this. They're spending too much time, and they've got way more of an arsenal of research and everything else than we do. So it's just, you gotta just protect your kids at all costs. Don't ever let them get their hands on your kids. Don't ever let them do whatever you've got to do to make it so that they can't touch your children, because now they've got it with this BPD. They've got one of three things that they're going to label you as, and that will make it so that you can't get your kids back. All three of these things are endless cures, you might someday, but every one of them has, I was reading into the BPD thing. Every one of them is like a relapse. Relapse is going to occur. Same thing with domestic violence, relapse. Same thing with drugs and alcohol. It's part of the program is to relapse. So they're expecting you to fail in all of these things once they target you with these names, which means that they don't want to give you your kids back, because they don't want to give you your kids back to something that you're going to fall down on, which is wrong in any stretch anyway, because all three of these things, what you need is your support to keep you up and to hold you there. So, and they know what they're doing. They're just feeding this child prison system. That's what they're doing. They're going to get more and more kids now, because now these parents that have been sitting in the middle-class neighborhoods and everything, drinking wine and eating the Xanax that they're approved for and done all that stuff with, now they're going to be a target, because these people are damn sure borderline personality for sure. All of these yuppity soccer moms and all of this stuff that have been sitting their high horses up there being like, I can't believe these people that get their kids taken. Now you are a target, because all of you are taking Xanax and all of you are taking all of these drugs for borderline personality disorder. So now you're the next target. So good job. Kudos to you, Kudos to all of you that have been out there poking the bear and giving them the wrong direction to go. So,
yeah, and these quote unquote soccer moms that are drinking wine every night, and you're right, popping pills and doing whatever. Again, they're probably sitting back thinking that this can't happen to them, when I will tell you, no one is safe. No one.
Yep. That's the truth now. They've gotten the open-ended. Everybody needs to watch Derek's videos. I know I don't plug him. We plug him all the time, and that's the reason for that. It's not just because he's a friend of ours and all of that. You guys need to watch his stuff because his stuff tells you exactly what they're doing to a T. It will tell you every bit of everything that you need to know about what goes on in the CPS system. It's crazy, the breakdown of it and how much he has and how much information he has. And I can't believe that he hasn't just blown through the roof. So if anybody that watches Fostering Reality stuff, share the shit out of that, because that's the core of the beast, as he calls it. That's it. He's telling you exactly what groups, like there are groups out there that we could boycott to stop this, that we don't even, like the Casey Anthony group is not Casey Anthony, the Casey Foundation. They're a big advocate of stealing the kids, even though they're out there supposed to be helping us with finding the kids. They spend tons of money into the CPS network of taking and trafficking these kids, tons of money. But yet they come out along these groups and say, well, the Casey Foundation, we're this, that, and this. Not true at all. Not true. They're funding both sides of the coin. It's crazy. Watch his stuff and see what you guys are missing and what is being missed out on. Is Fostering Reality on YouTube. I think he's back on TikTok also. I'm sure we just got kicked off TikTok again today. But we only seem to get like 24 minutes on there and then they shoot us out. But yeah, that's I know this is a rough Monday show, but I guess this is the reality of everything, people. Because you know what? There's a lot of people that just lost their kids over the weekend and they didn't get their 72-hour hearing today like they were supposed to. And now it's probably pushed off till next week and this, that, and the other. And they're sitting there wondering, what the hell do I do? A whole new group of people sitting there doing the search on Google. What do I do when CPS comes? Who do I look for? They're going down the same rabbit hole. Going to start with Vincent Davis because he's got the most popular stuff up there. And it'll go right down. And then eventually they'll find Tiff and The Punisher. But here's the thing. It's too late. You guys already lost. You've already missed the step. The pre-education thing, and that's what Derek's preaching too, is we've got to pre-educate people to this stuff. We don't, like my wife always said, like we need to start doing classes to people that are pregnant, that are having kids, like there needs to be like a 15-minute class on, like in their breastfeeding thing or something that goes in, like, look, this is the reality of it, that these CPS people can come. They will come and take your baby from you. They will do this stuff. You need to be prepared for this. It's not if, it's when.
Right. So speaking of that, how's our book going?
Our book's great. I will have it up in the next 48 hours. I will guarantee that. We did some changes to it. And now we need to get it out there to those people for sure. Especially with the changes that we added to it over the weekend. Now I just got to make the book cover fit again. That's all.
So I just want to remind people in Virginia, in 2 days, tomorrow, well, actually a day after tomorrow.
Oh yeah, there's something going on.
Yes, no more foster parents can walk in a courtroom and claim fictive kin anymore. Okay? I just had this conversation on Facebook. A lot of people didn't even know what fictive kin was. So fictive kin is a non-relative, a non-blood relative. And I guess that a lot of foster parents were claiming fictive kin, to where we had to change the statute to explain that fictive kin means before they enter foster care, not after they enter foster care. Because fictive kin means someone who's had a relationship with the child before care. So that's one law. Also, July 1st, you all should go to your, in Virginia now, go to your courthouse website and pull up their policies on recording devices, cell phones, laptops, whatever. Because they all have to be on their websites by July 1st, and it will tell you what the policies are for the recording devices at the courthouse. So yeah, I thought there was another one. I have to look it up.
Don't you have something going on July 5th down there?
July 5th.
That's
Sunday.
It says Virginia. It says Virginia Beach in my book.
Oh, that's July 4th. Stacy is holding a rally in Virginia Beach.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what it was. Yep.
Yeah. On July 4th.
How's he doing?
Well, I saw a post earlier that said he's dealing with some stuff, so I asked him what was wrong. He hasn't hit me back yet.
Do you see who's in the chat right there? Mr. Thomas Bain.
Yeah, I saw him because, a couple weeks ago, we were talking about him because we were wondering where he was.
Mm-hmm. I'd like him to come on with us, Mr. Bain, and give us an update, but I think he's one of those MIA types right now, which you couldn't blame the guy. But Mr. Bain, there's some stuff I really would need to talk to you about, so get in touch with us at cpsvhuntingjustice@gmail. Same email that you got a hold of me before. Get in touch with me because there's some things I do have to talk to you about, because what they did to you, they did to me. So I do need to talk to you about that. Yeah, that's what it is. It's Virginia Beach Courthouse, and it is the 5th.
Oh, it is the 5th?
Yeah, unless I'm wrong when I wrote it down, but I don't think. I think I wrote this calendar around that date.
Oh, okay. Well, you might be right. I might have misunderstood.
One of us. It's either the 4th or the 5th.
Yeah. So I do want to give a shout out to my sister. Happy birthday.
Oh, good. It's your
Today's her birthday. And she's in DC right now.
Oh, Lord. She's schmoozing?
No, because what happened, her husband, everybody knows that he's the senator up there. So he had a statute moved to DC against the Democrats. They didn't want it moved. Donald Trump said, send it. So it's down there. And this statute is a big controversy. I mean, it's so bad. They've been talking about it on our news about it. Something Rodney. But she was literally there. She FaceTimed me and she showed me. He's behind a fence with some green stuff, but she looked in between the cracks and there's all these statutes, and the statute from Delaware is there. So yeah, I told her to be safe though.
Mr. Bain, right here is the link for the show if you want to come in and just say hi real quick. I mean, we can schedule to be on the show, but if you want to come in and pop in right now, click on that link and you can come in here for a moment if you want to just give us a quick update. That'd be really cool. So we got 15 minutes left, so that'd be really cool to hear from you. I don't know where the hell Fowler is. She was supposed to be on here today with us.
And before he comes on, I want everybody to keep Osiris in their prayers, please. He's still dealing with a lot of personal stuff. I haven't talked to him today, but I want everybody to keep him in your prayers, please.
For sure. Extra prayers for Mr. Osiris, for sure. He needs some big Hail Marys, he does. That guy can't help people if he can't, you know what I mean, if he can't get better himself. So a lot of people are missing out right now because of this bullshit. Oh, sweet. Just trying to get it. You know what, Mr. Bain, if I still have your email, I'm going to just send you an email right now. But if you want to come in, if you copy and paste that link on your web browser, it'll bring you in. But let me send you an email because I have your email still. Oh, wow. I'm excited. That's good. This is going to be good to talk to Mr. Bain. Let's see here. Don't you start talking, kitty. CPSV Hunting Justice. Let's see this one here.
What the hell is that? Are the cats tearing shit up?
I don't know what the hell's going on. I just heard something and then Mary went tearing out of the room. Could be. We have a couple of them, you know, something. And unfortunately, there's one of them that is still, he had a heart murmur, so we couldn't get him fixed. But the two kittens are getting to that age, so there's becoming a little animosity in the house here. It's very tough right now. It's a tough time period to deal with the kitties. Got you right here, Mr. Bain. Link. We're not getting that, bro. That's gone. I see it. All right, Mr. Bain, I just sent you an email right now. Okay. All right, Mr. Bain, you got an email?
Dr. Death, in case you missed it, I want to apologize to you. It's been a hectic, crazy weekend. I will get in touch with you. It will probably be tomorrow, though.
Yeah, I didn't even hear from her this weekend, Dr. Death, so if that tells you anything. I started to get worried and think she was mad at me. So I didn't know what was going on myself. I'm trying to hit send on. This is something else. Lord Almighty. I'm trying to the little thing on my screen won't hide, so I can't hit the send button to Mr. Bain here.
Darren, are you sure you're not a blonde?
Tiff, if I was a blonde, I wouldn't be able to fix the problem. I just fixed it, though. So there you go, Mr. Bain. Mr. Bain, there you go.
I always got to call you with my technical issues.
Oh, all right. Here, you sent me one first. Well, I'm going to send it back. Oh, no, it's there again. All right, Mr. Bain, I just sent it to you anyway, so you got it there, my friend. And then, just in case it was a different one, which I don't think it was, but there it is. No, Mr. Blaine, don't even worry about that. We can talk about whatever you want here. We're good to go. You don't even know what the hell happened to me. So don't even worry. But he's coming in right now, so I'm excited for this. Mr. Blaine's coming on. This was a good show. There was a lot. I'm sorry that it was such a dark show for a Monday. I know not everybody wants to ever hear this crap, but it's the truth and it needs to be put out there, you know. It's just, you know, it's just tough. It's the reality of this is really tough. And, all right, cool. Mr. Bain's coming on right now. Oh, I'm so excited to see him. Hell, here he is. Mr. Thomas Bain in the building. Mr. Bain, how are you?
I am, let me see here. I'm trying to get my camera on. Let's see here. There we go.
There he is. Oh, look at the beard. He's rocking the beard. How we doing, Mr.
Well,
Bain?
you know, I didn't shave while I was illegally incarcerated.
Right.
But I tell you what, you know, I only laugh to keep from crying, and I'm sure you know what that feels like. Mm-hmm. And man, I tell you, I hate if you know, this system is designed to operate this way. And one of the worst things that they have done on their end is gave me a whole year to sit inside a 6x8 block cell and study the law and read case law history. And I did that for about 12, 14 hours a day, every day. Mm-hmm. And while we'll talk offline and I would love to set up a time to come on and talk about some of the issues that happened. That actually, the ball is in my court now. I mean, the home team, we're going to bring it home. I'm going to get those boys back. And that's awesome. They have no choice. And I'm a fanatic about documentation. I can't say that enough. Everybody listen, document, because at the end of the day, that is the rope that is hanging them. They can't get past it. Their own documentation is going to hang them. And one of the I guess you would say silver lining of a very dark cloud is that my children, their jurisdiction, their custody, I still have full custody of my children. The state of Maine has not been able to change that. And one of the reasons is because jurisdiction falls exclusively in Alabama. And so that deals with a lot of, the interstate contracts and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, Maine CPS can't get past that legal hurdle.
Oh, wow.
And and trust me, they have tried. And probably right now is not the time to talk about some of the things that have happened, but because I'll probably have to compose myself and think about it. But it has been unreal. It has been unreal. And
we'll talk if you want. We're gonna wrap the show up here in just a minute. Why don't you hang out and we can talk? Right here after the show.
Definitely. Hey, and I want to tell y'all, everybody in the federal facilities that I've been in, man, I have repped Tiff and The Punisher, and so hopefully hopefully you've grabbed some viewers, because man, it's like I talked with a lot of people, and when a lot of people heard my story in incarceration, man, the amount of people that have the same problem going on, is something. And, I tell them, even if it's just for mental health, to watch, to click in, to get some education and support, because this is, it's like you said, when they try to use, when somebody takes your children, you're everything. Because when I had kids, prior to that, I was I'm a little bit on the wilder side, but when I had children, all that went away, and my children are my everything. And so they've even tried to turn what is a normal mental health reaction, being upset, being stressed, just like you talk about, to the point that of physical manifestation of strokes, of high blood pressure. It goes on and on and on. And you're definitely, this is a service that I've told a lot of people that I was in touch with, click on, just listen.
Thanks,
because it's true, it's true. And
well, we appreciate that for sure. I mean, it's a hard road, and you're right. Especially, a lot of times if you don't have this mental preparedness, because again, it's not a matter of if, it's when, to get up there and get locked up and this is playing through your head. If you don't have your mental preparedness for that, it's going to be a long time sitting there. You know what I mean? So all of this stuff.
Yeah. Because this is, it's, you mentioned that hearing and the 72-hour process and whatnot. No due process is followed whatsoever. And, because if it was followed, they wouldn't be taking these kids and keeping them and brainwashing and doing what all they do, because what should be a 72 hearing comes into, I haven't seen my children in 10 months and further and further. And the new numerical data shows that on average, that when Maine CPS takes a child, it takes 2 years if you get them back. And during that 2 years, they have destroyed all sense of family, trust in, and that's abuse to children.
Of course it is.
And, just to give I typed it in the chat box there, but when I stepped out of my hotel in Kansas City, Missouri, after the last time I was on the podcast, I was walking my service animal. I heard a noise. I was surrounded by the Kansas City SWAT team, multiple armored cars. They were all loaded for bear and coming hard. And the reason for that is, and I can say this because I have the police reports. Just like I said, document, keep everything. Even if you think it may be something that this isn't important, you never know. And so what had happened is the Androscoggin County District Attorney had called down to where I was staying at in Missouri, told him I was a fugitive, told him I was a cop killer, I was armed and dangerous, and I vowed not to go out without a fight. So now you can imagine the interaction that I had. And then I got the joy of spending the next 93 days in the Kansas City KCDC, in the one that was condemned, not the new one. Right. And that was an experience that was unlike anything else because, they housed me with the cop killers. And it's, I've got to, there's a lot more to unravel with that. But, I kept my cool. Thank goodness they were professionals and they did not kill me. But they came loaded. They came ready like I was a fugitive cop killer, like I was armed and dangerous, and I had vowed to go out fighting. And, man, I tell you what, I could chalk that down in the book for experiences.
Yeah. No, thanks. I'm good with it. Next round.
Yeah. Well.
All right, Mr. Bain, we'll sit tight. Let's sit tight. We'll chat for a second. Let me just we'll clear this episode out, and then we'll talk in the back here.
Sounds great.
All right, everybody.
Thank y'all.
Yes,
thank y'all for everything you do.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Bain. People like you, man, you make it happen.
I'm not saying on that. I got
all right. All right. All right. Cool. All right, everybody. Have a good night. We'll catch you all tomorrow. Same time, same place.
Thoughts don't care. Ghost in my head. Thoughts that tear. F941239. Branded on my file before I was 5 years clear. They all said the same shit. Better not tell, kid, it'll get way worse in here. Even the real kids whispering threats while their parents steer. Born in a folder, no crib, just a case number and a hearing date. Pills crushed in my juice, whispered waves, turning toddlers into a court case. F943 anxiety, F90 poison, separation ink, they used to label me. Now those same codes turned into calibers, letters load the AR-15. 5156 for the panic attacks, not for the snakes, 223 for the mess they made. Blame me alone. Mrs. Perfect Christian home, still feel your husband's hands on my neck. Leave me alone, night shift worker, keys rattling while you're proud of heart. Leave me alone, caseworker with the crocodile tears. You got paid while I starved through it all. Starved through it all. From mama, think reunification real. Level 2, bounce like trash. Learning roles in every house they make you feel. Level 3, chameleon bag, never unpacked. Visible just enough to eat. Level gray, master read a lie in the blink. Route around rules in the street. Level 5, invisible state on ghost file. Too thick for any worker to read. Sleeping fragments, exits mapped. Made it out so low, they know you a different breed. No feelings left, just facts and mathematics. Hypervigilant, heart rate flat. F94 through a 5 pop 6, F93 to a full auto switch, F94 to reactive, that's why the AR twitch. 9 millis for the snakes that smile in your face, 223s for the nights they said this hurts me more, while they finish the chase. Every cold day roll, every caliber, every lobby came around, every better not tell turned into a reason. We outside right now, seen kids get walked out the back at 3 a.m. Staff pockets fat, no sound. One phone call, file closed, another invisible. Never found. They pray we don't D-lock forever or read the barrel in despair. But the ones who survive remember every smell, every room, every thoughts are gone, thoughts aren't care. Ghost in my head, thoughts that tear. Way the invisible. Age down, fully loaded, no fear, strapped heavy, heart on zero. Just a pulse and a plan. Right from wrong is all we know, and wrong finna meet the whole fam. Pulling up quiet, windows down, 30 round lullaby. Invoice for every tear, every touch, every read better not tell.
We know it's all about the money, we know they lie, we know this is corruption. Does CPS know what they are doing to the children?